Hi friends, today we are discussing 10th standard Social Science Geography Part 2 N869 Question and Answer 2025 question paper number N869. Disclaimer. State Board 10th Standard N869 Social Science 73 Geography Part 2 2025 Question and Answers. Before starting video, kindly type in YouTube search @ Ishwarya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe the channel. N869. Complete the following sentence by choosing the appropriate alternative from those given and rewrite the sentence in your answer book. First questions. India and Brazil have dash type of government? Republic government, that is the answers. And the second one, the Himalaya block the dash winds blowing from the north. The answer is very cold. Question number 3, the economy of Brazil is mainly depend on the dash activity, primary activity, that is the answer. Fourth one, area wise Brazil's ranks dash in the world, fifth rank, that is the answers. And question number 2, find the odd man out. First questions, material to be carried for the field visit. The questioner is camera, computer and notebook. The answer is computer. The same questions here. The brief answer and the explanations of these questions. Unlike the other items, a computer is not typically carried for a field visit, whereas the questioner is camera and notebook are essential for data collections. That is the answers. Question number 2, rivers in Brazil: Amazon, Paraguay, Uruguay and Ganga. The answer of this question is Ganga too. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions: the Amazons, the Paraguay and Uruguay rivers in Brazil, but Ganga is in India. Question number 3, the primary activities: agriculture, mining, tourism and fishing. The answer of this question is fishing. The brief answer and the explanations of these questions: agriculture, mining and fishing are primary activities, where tourism is that territory activities as it provides services. And question number 4, page number 4, the favorable factor for concentrations of settlement: availability of water. And the answer of this question is unfavorable climate. Here is the questions. The brief answer and the explanations of these questions: availability of water, first one is essential for drinking, irrigations and data and daily activities. And unfavorable climate, that is wrong. Then settlement prefer a favorable climate, not a unfavorable one. And the third one, fertile land and support agriculture and sustains livelihoods. And the fourth one, favorable climate, that is right. And they encourage human habitations and economic activities. The correct answer is 1, 3 and 4, and the odd one out is the unfavorable climate. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions: the reasons: availability of water supports life and agriculture, fertile lands essential for farming and food productions, and favorable climate encourage human settlement. Unfavorable climate, that is the right answers, discourage settlement, making it to the odd one out. And question number 3, state whether the following sentence are right or wrong. The answer of these questions: India has the high proportions of youth in its population. Right, that is right. The second one, India and Brazil have opposite seasons due to their locations in different hemisphere. Wrong. The third one is Manaus is a port city located at the confluence of Negros and Amazons River. Right. And fourth one, Brazil has a relatively high sex ratio compared to India. That is right. Fifth one, Brazil does not have wild tigers or lions. They are found in Asia and Africa respectively. That is wrong. The brief answer and the explanations of these questions, the wrong. India has Brazils have opposite seasons due to their locations in different hemisphere. And India is located in the northern hemispheres while Brazil is in on southern hemispheres. Because of this, their reasons are opposites to each other. When it is summer in India around June to August, and it is winter in Brazil when it is winter in India around December to February, it is in summer Brazil. This happens because the earth is tilted on its axis. When one hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it experiences summers while the other hemisphere tilted away experiences winter. This explanations and the wrong. The second question is wrong, and that Brazil does not have wild tigers or lions. They are found in Asia and Africa respectively. The tigers are found in Asia and particularly in India, Bangladesh, Nepal and part of southern Asia. The lions are mainly found in Africa with the small populations of Aztec lions in India Gir forest. Brazil located in Southern America does not have wild tiger or lions. Instead it has unique wildlife like kangaroos, pumas and capybaras and tapirs. The people sometimes confuse Gangars with tigers or lions, but they are different species native of South America. Question number 3, the answer is given, and the second and fifth one is wrong, and 1, 3 and 4 is right. The map, question number 4b, and the questions as given here. And the first questions in map, what does the given map shows? The map shows the locations and the extent of India, including its latitudinal and longitudinal extent, neighboring countries, important geographical features, and the Indian Standard Time Mediterranean. The second question is the name of the southernmost point in India, point of India. The southernmost point of India is Indira Point, situated in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And the third one, what is the east-west distance of India? The east-west distance of India is 3000 kilometers. Question number 4, which longitude in India is called the Indian Standard Time? The longitude 82 degree 30 E is called the Indian Standard Time, IST, Mediterranean. The fifth one, the name of the sea of the west of India. The sea west of India is Arabian Sea. And question number 5, the geographical reasons of the following given answers. The first question ends, the most of the Himalaya rivers are perennial in nature. The answer of these questions, the Himalaya rivers are originated from glaciers and snow covered mountains, ensuring their continuous water supply throughout the year. Additionally, these rivers receive significant rainfall from the monsoons, further contributes of their perennial natures. The second question, tropical cyclones occur rarely in Brazil. The answer of this question is Brazil is located near the equator where the Coriolis force is weak. The force is essential for cyclone formations. The South Atlantic Ocean, which borders Brazil, has relatively cooler waters, making it less favorable for cyclone development compared to the warmer waters of the Southern Atlantic and Pacific. The question number 3, settlement or spars in northeastern Brazil. Northeastern Brazil experienced a semi-arid climate, leading a frequent drought of water scarcity, making it difficult to sustain large populations. This region has poor soil quality and limited economic opportunities, which discourage dense settlement. And question number 4, the waterways are not developed in Brazil. Many Brazil's rivers, especially in the interior regions, flow through the dense forest and rugged terrains and making navigations difficult. The seasonal variation is in river flow, with some experienced extreme fluctuations hindering consistent water transport. The country has focused more on road and rail transport for economic activities, limiting development of islands, inland waterways. Question number 6a, the statistical data has given here. With the help of the statistical data, prepare the simple bar graph and answer the following questions. Here is the years: India literacy rate percentage 1981 to 2016. 1981 40.8, 1991 48.2, 2001 61.0, 2011 69.3, and finally 2016 72.2. The remaining questions have given here. The first question, so how does the graph is indicate? The graph indicated increases in literacy rate in India from 1981 to 2016. It shows a steady rise the percentage of literacy peoples over the years. The second question, so what was the literacy rate in the year of 1991? The literacy rate in the year of 1991 was 48.2 percentage. The third question, how much was the increase in literacy rate in decade from 1991 to 2001? The increase in literacy rate from 1991 48.2% to 2001 61.0% is 61.0 minus 48.2 equal to 12.8 percentage. The question number 6b, there are also some observe the following figure and answer the questions given below. Brazil and India contributions of sector in GDP in 2016 and the percentage of populations engaged in various sector 2016 primary, secondary and tertiary. Question as given here. The contribution sectors in GDP 2016 primary 5.5 and secondary 27.5 and tertiary 67 percentage. The percentage of populations engaged in various sector 2016 primary 10, secondary 19 and tertiary 71. India, the contributions of sector GDP 2016 primary 17 and secondary 26 and tertiary 57. The percentage of populations engaged in various sector in 2016 primary 48.8 and secondary 24.3 and tertiary 26.9. The first questions, which country has the higher percentage of populations engaged in primary activities? The answer of these questions, India has the higher percentage of populations engaged in primary activities 48.8% compared to Brazil 10%. The second questions, in which country in the contributions of tertiary sector greater in GDP? The contributions of the tertiary sectors in GDP is greater in Brazil 67% and compared to India 57%. Question number 3, in which country is there shares of secondary activities more in the GDP? The shares of secondary activities in GDP is slightly higher in Brazil 27.5% compared to India 26%. Question 1 and 2 I have given here in the answers. The same question number 3 also like that. The question number 3 I have given here 26%. And question number 4, in which sector is the maximum percentage of population engaged in Brazil? The maximum percentage of the population in Brazil engaged is the territory sector 71%. And question number 5, in how much more in Brazil contributions in territory sector in GDP as compared to India? Brazil contributions to the territory sectors in GDP is 10% is more than India 67 minus 57 equal to 10%. How much? Question number 6, and how much percentage of population is engaged in territory sector in India? 26.9% of Indians population is engaged in territory sector. And question number 6b, the fourth answer I have given here. Question number 5, same way 6, and finally question number 7. Answer the following question in details. What is field visit and what preparation should be done before going to a field visit? The answer of these questions: field visit. A field visit is an educational or research based on trips on the basic locations outside the classroom or office to observe and study real world situations. It allows your students, researchers and professionals to gain first hand experience and practical knowledge about the subject. The field visits can be conducted for various purposes such as studying geographical features, ecosystems, industries, and historical sites or social structures. The preparations before a field visit. To ensure a successful and informative field visit, proper planning and preparations are necessary. The answer of this question is first one: the following steps should be taken. The define objectives. They clearly outline the purpose of the visit, such as gathering data, conducting interviews, or observing or process. They gather information, study relevant background information about the site to understand its significance. They plan literacy. The plan itinerary. The schedules to visit including transportations, durations and key points of interest. The fourth point: seek permissions, obtain the necessary approvals from the authorities if required. And question number 5: and arrange equipments are necessary tools such as notebooks, cameras, measuring instruments or maps are available. The safety measures: take precautions based on the site conditions such as carrying first aid kits, wearing protective gears and ensuring the proper hydration. And question number 7, the seventh point: team coordinations, assigning the responsibility and communicate the plan with all participants. And 8, environmental responsibility, they follow sustainable practice like minimizing waste or respecting local cultures and natures. And question number 2, the what problems did Brazil and India face after independence? The answer of these questions is the problem based on the Brazil after independence in 1822. Brazil gained independence from Portugal in 1822 but is faced several challenges. The political instability, the transformations from the monarchy to republic 1889 led to frequent political turmoils. The second point: slavery and inequality. The slavery was abolished in 1888 but racial and social inequalities persisted. Third point: economic and independency. The Brazil relied heavily on coffee and agricultural exports, making its economy vulnerable to global market fluctuations. And fourth point number 4, the land concentrations. A small elite controlled most of the land, leading to economic disparity and conflicts. The military dictatorships in 1964-1985. This Brazil experienced authorizations rule, restricted democracy and human rights. So these are the 5 points. And the problem faced India after independence in 1947. India faced multiple challenges after gaining independence from British rules in 1947. The first point: the partitions and refuse crisis. The divisions of India and Pakistan led to a mass violence, displacement and loss of life. And question number 2, point number 2, the political integrations. Many princely states had to be integrated into the Indian Union. And point number 3, and the economic challenges. The economic was weak with widespread poverty, low industrializations and a focus on agriculture. Point number 4, food storage. India faced famines and had a rally on imports to meet food demands. And point number 5, social issues, caste discriminations and illiteracy and gender inequality were significant concern. Point number 6, border conflicts, India had war and dispute with Pakistan 1947 and 1965 and 1971 and China with 1962. Question number 3, what environmental issues are faced by Brazil and India? The environmental issues in Brazil's deforestation in Amazon's rainforest and large scale logging, agriculture and infrastructure projects have led to deforestation endangering biodiversity. And point number 2, and climate change, rising temperature and irregular rainfalls patterns affect agricultural and ecosystems. And point number 3, air and water pollutions, industrializations and urbanizations have led to a pollutions in cities like Sao Paulo and Rio and Janeiro. And point number 4, soil erosions and land degradations, overuse of soil for farming leads to soil depletion. And point number 5, loss of wildlife, deforestation and habitual destructions threaten species like gangars and macaw. And the environmental issues in India, air pollution, cities like Delhi face severe air pollution due to vehicular emissions, industrial activities and crop burning. And point number 2, water scarcity and populations, overuse of water resource and contaminations of river like Gangas create a crisis. And point number 3, deforestation, the clearance of forest for agriculture and urban expansions leads to loss of biodiversity. Point number 4, waste management issues, the improper disposal of plastic and electronic waste contributes to environmental hazards. Point number 5, and climate changes effect, and rising temperature of extreme weather events and changing monsoons patterns impact agriculture and livelihoods. And both India and Brazil face serious environmental challenges that require sustainable policies and global coordinations to mitigate their effects. And for further contact us, I given here for the details. And kindly type in YouTube search at the rate of Iswaraya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe these channels. And thanking you. Any doubt means put the comment box. And thanks once again.